This week marked 6 months since fire gutted the Crooked House pub near Dudley. The destruction of the Black Country landmark led to an outpouring of anger from people right across the country. 6 people were arrested in connection with the fire, but nobody has been charged so far.
Campaigners say they haven't lost hope of seeing it rebuilt, but some see the site deteriorating and fear it may never be returned to glory, as Lewis Warner reports.
It was a fire that caught the attention of the nation.
Hundreds of people have vented their anger at the destruction of the Crooked House pub.
Demolition teams have finished work clearing the site of the Crooked House pub in Himley.
Just days after the Crooked House was sold, it was gutted by fire and torn down. What followed was an outpouring of support, love, anger and arrests.
Police have arrested 2 men over the suspected arson attack at the Crooked House pub in Staffordshire.
Calls grew for this historic Black Country pub to be rebuilt. But 6 months on, rather than resurrection, the ruins have only deteriorated.
I come down at least once a week, just checking on the place, seeing if stuff's been pinched, which it is regularly. There's no stopping them, and there's fly tipping going on, as you can see to my right. It's just now a dumping ground by the look of it.
Rob's visits to the Crooked House in Himley no longer fill him with the joy they once did. They no longer fill him with confidence either.
All the fencing down there that's now wide open, last week all that was secured tight. The council had been down, tightened everything up, and now it's wide open again.
The harsh winter months have clearly taken their toll. This site, now out of the spotlight, has been left to its own devices.
That used to be the toilets. That wall was all built up. That's been knocked over. As you see here, the fireplace, that's all collapsed now. There was a lot of it stolen, now the back end's come out. The 2 main walls in the middle, which was the doors, they've actually collapsed. I'd love to see it rebuilt. It's got a lot of memories here for me growing up, but at the state it is now, it's not looking good, to be honest. Seeing it like this, it's just unbelievable. Most of my life, the memories are here, all the way through teens, when I was on the motorbikes coming up with my mates. A whole lifetime here.
Well, the last time I was here, the site had just been made secure by the demolition team. They'd put fences up around the most dangerous parts to prevent people from hurting themselves. But coming back today, it's clear those fences have all been knocked down, allowing people, if they want, to walk straight on to where the house used to be. Even as ruins, these bricks have seen better days, but the demands to see it rebuilt haven't crumbled as the campaign continues. On Saturday, messages of support were placed on what campaigners called a tree of hope.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the momentum going so that people don't forget about this. Don't think local people will forget about it, but we need as much support as possible to make sure that we get the Crooked House rebuilt. There's an example in London, the Carlton Tavern, which was demolished by developers, and they were ordered to rebuild it by the court, and that took 6 years. So we know that it's a long job.
I did work at the pub for 10 years. I worked with my brother, I worked with my mum, and my niece worked quite a few years after down here as well. So yeah, I've got a history with it, and hopefully I will still have a history with it in 10, 20 years' time, because it will be here.
In the days and weeks after the fire, Staffordshire police stepped up an investigation. 6 people ended up being arrested, 3 on suspicion of arson with intent to endanger life, and 3 for conspiracy to commit arson. Staffordshire police told ITV News Central all those arrested are currently on conditional bail. There have been no charges. A political push is now underway to protect pubs, with Historic England given recommendations for Grade 2 listings in the West Midlands.
6 months on from the Crooked House, and the real message then was, however terrible that was, it cannot happen anywhere else. So what we've been doing in those intervening period is we've been getting the public to nominate pubs that also need protecting, and the good news is that now 9 pubs have been selected, have gone to Historic England, hopefully for listing, and that will protect them.
6 months on, much has remained the same, with work going on in the background. The flames from the fire are long gone, but the fight hasn't faded. Lewis Warner, ITV News.